his mom, and I knew him up till he was about 5. And then for me, his file went blank. And it's about this thick now because you done been through, your mama done died, everybody done died, and now you done been here, there. I can't just let you in. You can come over for dinner, and we're going to all be sitting right here because you're my friend's son. But living here and being alone, and I'm going to just run to the store and just stay right here with the boys. No.
I don't blame you. That's common sense, though.
Basic stuff. Basic.
That's just basic.
Yeah. So for them to be so surprised by it, um, it was gut wrenching. I was like, wow, wow. And the hate for me being greater than the concern for survivors and victims are it's crazy to turn this into a weapon. They read off full detail of what this little boy said that my friend's son did to him. It was very,
So they didn't
very
try to censor things to
like,
protect the victim or anything?
oh no. They didn't say his name. They didn't say the names of and only because it's redacted on the report. But they read off all of the horrific things this child went through, with no type of concern. That person just spewed it out as if she was spitting off the ABCs.
So, okay, let's say that he did all of these things. Um, how does that incriminate you?
It doesn't. I guess it would look bad if I supported him, if I defended him, and I've done none of that.
Okay, so you're held responsible. They're trying to hold you somehow accountable or responsible for what your friend's son did, and you knew him at 5 and then didn't see him until he reemerged at a grown man.
As a grown man, and after he had done these acts, that I didn't know about. Hmm. Like it's not like he did the acts. I knew him and then let him. No.
So these men want to make the timeline really clear here. So he had done the acts, came back, and you knew nothing about it.
Nothing. I didn't find out until he had been back. We celebrated his 20th birthday in May. October is when I found out. So all those months I had been supporting him while he's staying at the lady house and then in the shelter before I found out.
But the support that you offered wasn't to a sexual predator; it was to your friend's son
My
at the
friend.
time that you
Absolutely.
did not know had this history or this interaction with this child.
Correct. Mm-mm.
Okay. Thank you. I'm blown away. Not really blown away because I know what they were saying. It just sounded far fetched and disgusting. And the video, what did the video get? I just feel that this is all kind of far fetched. She doesn't show any connection to the man after this all was discovered.
Right.
There's no. Okay, so you were visiting him in prison.
No. He in prison way in Florida. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I
Okay,
ain't ready.
so out of all, because people lie on you every day, you're
Hmm.
responsible for the bad weather, the price of gas, just everything, boils down to you did it, right?
Hmm.
if
Everything.
it's so many things, sometimes it's overwhelming. I'll be like, I'm sick of this shit. This is too much. You can't be guilty of everything. But if you wanted to redirect people about everything that transpired, what would you think you would say to the people who have accused you of this? Like, how would you want to redirect the conversation or the narrative today?
Um, I mean, and I hate to sound like this, but the stuff that they try to do, it never really harms me, if you will. Like they're trying to paint this narrative. I always kind of use this term like I'm too public. They think I'm being bougie, but I really am too public to lie. I'm too public to, not share. So if I've shared this story with Lord knows how many thousands of people, they didn't think it through. Like she's already shared this story. You think behind the scenes they'd be like, no, they ain't gonna buy that because she even gave a conclusion about the chaplain. And it's so many people that have heard this. So it's like you're not gonna get away with it. And
Play the
here's yet
video.
again. Yes, so that's the video about where Trina B actually changed his story. And he's actually accusing the victim and he's admitting that she's being coached and everything. This video was like 8 days ago. So I think this was sparked up to get us to not pay attention to this.
So wait a minute. How did they start digging this up on you though? When did they start digging this up?
Just a couple of days ago. Because we were on Trina. It's been about Trina and him covering up and him not protecting the victim. And him and his son. So this was another failed Keys production. Um, a couple of days ago, day before yesterday, Trina started saying Sergio Valente is my baby daddy, and he had done all these heinous sexual acts on children, and that didn't work. So they jumped on this. Like I've been like, but where's Sergio? Why can't? When did this become about Trey? I've been talked about Trey months ago. Why is this about Trey and not Sergio, who you came out with, Trina? So
Well, play it. I
failed
want to
it.
hear what's said.
Okay, let me play it right quick. Oh, honey. He goes on Eb's live to discuss the victim of who his son sexually assaulted.
And he got sodomized. That lets you know he hurt her down there. But her mama is the bitch that felt her the biggest. She felt her the biggest. I guarantee y'all that baby was telling her stuff, girl. And she was brushing that shit. I'm trying to keep a nigga.
Right.
I'm telling you, trying to keep a nigga.
Right.
That's what the fuck ended up happening. Weak as fuck. That's why I'm trying to say she'll do anything to keep my son. She'll she'll do anything to keep him. He ended up having a fucking baby by him afterwards.
She sure did. Yes, ma'am. After her child came forward, she went to school and told. She got supposedly 2 kids, but we know one is theirs. I think the second one may be questionable. But yeah, after with this person, with Trina B's son.
She ended up having another kid afterwards. How in the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
The hell? So obviously they had enough evidence to charge your son. Wow, and that's not all the pictures he had in his phone of her butt. Do not make me pull out the fucking documents. He had more than that. He had more than that in his phone of her vagina, of her butt. Now, another thing is this: why in the fuck would she take a picture with that boy's phone of her baby butt? Because that's not what your son said happened. Your son said that the friend said that something was going on down there with the baby. That Trina B's son took a picture because the mama wasn't there, took a picture of it and sent it to the fucking mama to show her, like, look what she got on her butt.
That would be completely inappropriate. And most men wouldn't have wanted to do that.
On her butt. Come on, I asked you.
Trina finna come up there.
I just want to say this because you wasn't there. All I know from the report, reading the report, little girls and another little girl were touching each other. That's how she became to the counselor. She got caught touching each other. They got caught touching each other in the school. That's how.
That's not what they report.
No. They didn't put that in the report. They did not put that in the report. But the school
the report.
No. They didn't put that in the report. They said the police lied, though. The police lied. That's a lie. That's a lie. Let me tell you, the little girl even told me, that the little girl told me herself her mama coached her. The little girl told me herself her mama coached her. I swear to God, I put this on everything I love. The little girl told me herself her mama coached her to say.
Trina B, what would be the point?
To say no. Hold on. She coached her to say that that little girl was not touched at all. Because if she was touched, it would have been some evidence of it.
Hold on. That's what I'm telling you.
Now she 10.
What was the evidence of her being touched?
Hold on.
Or 11.
What's what you call her?
She was 7 when it happened.
What was the evidence
She was
of her being
7?
touched?
Yes.
They didn't have no sign. They didn't have no rape kit. The rape kit came back. It was not positive. So why would they? And the medical exam office came back. It was not positive. So why would they continue on saying something happened? Because she was supposed to be penetrated. So what? If she was penetrated,
She didn't ever say penetrated. It was sodomy.
Sodomy.
Did he say so what?
Yeah, but the people said it was penetrated.
I don't know what the damn people talking about. It's sodomy.
No,
sodomy penetrated that way.
The record says that's what the people say. The record says that's what the people. The report says that. The report says
we're gonna pull up the report.
The report says she was penetrated. If she was penetrated, it would have shown in the record.
Pull it up.
I just want to let you know if she was penetrated, I want to see that fact because if she was penetrated, it would have shown up in the record. It would have shown up in the medical examiner's office. That's the point I'm making. If she was penetrated,
hold on. Okay.
But did he just say so what when the girl said she was penetrated?
Yeah. He said, so what? The rape kit didn't come back or something.
that report always was all writ wrong. That police report wasn't even writ like it was supposed to be. That police lied all the way around. And the same police.
They didn't lie. They only went by what their baby told them.
No, they lied because the counselor wasn't there. The counselor.
No, she went to the counselor. She actually went to the counselor.
Yes, she did.
The little girl got told.
One is, and each of them just horrible. He trying to defend his son, and it's crazy.
But he said last week when they were arguing that his son did do that to that girl. He said that. I couldn't believe he said
Yeah.
that.
Yes, he did.
But maybe they get mad and they play like that. But I don't understand being accusing somebody of rape and molestation. This is not normal behavior.
At all. It's not normal. And to play like that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Very sick way to play, Blazer. Like, sick. It's sick.
So during this interview, Eb was just letting him know that she knew his business. I didn't see this
Yes,
before.
yes, because even when it all came out, most of us were on the same side that, Trina, that it was ridiculous, even the one that's over there cheerleading for
I
him
was
right
gonna
now.
say, I was gonna say his best friend was the one who ran and got your son in there to tell all that shit and get him on the thing. So she
Exactly.
your friend now, but that's how everybody got together was getting at his ass.
That's exactly how everybody got together, was getting at his ass. Um, we was passing the torch on his ass, steady
Remember,
running marathon.
somebody came up with a flyer and everybody put it up.
Cancel Trina being had the little thing. Yes, he was. And look, together, we got rid of Trina's ass. His ass was out of here. So, but yeah, he uses the craziness as content. And, this is something that's just too deep to use for content. Like, you know what I'm
But,
saying?
but but
Like,
all the things that Trina has said, he showed cash apps where he supports his son the other day.
dear. Now, where a parent is concerned, if their child is a child predator, in my opinion, that's up to the son. I mean, to the parent, whatever because I don't know. My friend, if she was alive, she might still support her son, maybe not defend him, but she may send care packets and make sure he's okay while in prison, you know. He get out, she might help him. I don't know what she would do.
But your
I
friend's
know.
son look a little. He looks a little delayed, like something might be wrong with him.
Totally. And that's what I was saying in the beginning, that there were some issues and he never got the proper help, and he's learned how to compartmentalize that shit. You meet him, he appears to be highly intelligent. When you speak to him, like the way he speaks, I think because he speaks properly and he knows what to say, you know. He fooled a lot of people. Um, it worked in his favor for a lot of things. Like when he went to the shelter here, they realized he wouldn't do well on the south side of Chicago. They took him to the north side where it's nice and um, you know, it's different, I recognized that. And they did that probably because they could see him and they really bought it. He's really a charmer. You would think this is a nice kid. He does have a look, but when he speaks, you would not think
That he had
something's
this
wrong.
demon.
Yeah, he's practiced enough to know how to kind of fool you, or hope he can fool you. Hmm.
Yeah, but
I do think
he
he's
looks. If
out.
he's intelligent, sometimes there's Asperger's. There's different things where they can be in. Have these different faces that they show people or whatever. But still, I
Yeah,
don't understand how. And I'm not saying that anybody's wrong to support their child or love their child beyond what's reasonable. But how are you responsible for what her child did? I'm just still not understanding how this became your tea.
it's no way it ain't tea. Trina swears it's tea. Eb swore it was tea. But like I said, they really showed that they not together. They not solid with their own kids. I mean, to even question why would I be concerned about a total stranger? speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. So where they intend to kind of make me look bad, it's like they always make themselves look bad. Always. Because look at that. Like they couldn't believe that I was cautious around my kids with my kids around a stranger. That's something that really, that's crazy. This is the most basic shit that you learn when
So
you
what
become
should
a
you
mother.
have done? Put a 20-year-old bed and man in the bed with your kids? Is that what she
Well,
was
this is,
supposed to do?
I think that's what that's the narrative that they're trying to run, as if he was living with us. And that's just not true. Because when he came over, he was there pretty late. I sat up. I didn't try to like go lay down or or let him like kind of chill in the living room. Nope. I stayed up. I stayed up. I sat in the living room with him the whole time. Um, I think we were waiting on, or it might have been like a blizzard. It was something going on where we couldn't leave, and we had to stay in the house. And Carrie was there. We all were there, and Carrie was upset with me. Carrie was getting pissed, like because I sat up all night, and didn't let him leave my eyesight. Carrie was telling me, "You don't do people like that. He don't do that because he bought it. This is a nice guy." You know, I felt like Carrie was like, Carrie a nerd. So it was like his nerd buddy, like he all right. But no, no, no. Mm-mm,
Something
mm-mm.
and you just didn't click with it.
It didn't. And it was his age for one. He's a stranger. And he just didn't seem like a normal 20-year-old. He's really into video games. Um, I asked him what kind of girls he likes, and he told me Asian. So I knew he was lying. I said, "Nah, nigga, you gay." I said that in my mind because only gay guys say that, really, and no shade to the Asian women, but the straight
So
men
he said
really
he's
don't
into
say that.
Asian girls.
Yes. So I knew then. I'm like, okay, but I'm trying to get to know him, because I didn't know, and trying to tug him a little bit, like, well, yeah, boy, do you like girls? What's up? I had to always encourage him with hygiene. That was a struggle. So even if I'm picking you up just to come to dinner, you got to take a shower and change your clothes. Because the lady he was staying with, she was having issues with him doing just normal, basic stuff. Yeah.
So he had challenges. So a challenged person did some stupid shit, which is,
Yeah.
please don't think that anyone here is making light of what this young man is accused of, because that's the story y'all will leave here and say that we're somehow being apologists for
Oh no.
predators. That's not what anybody's saying. But this is a young man that you could look at the picture and tell that something is not 100
Right. Hmm.
on any level. um I don't see where the other person seems to be delayed or have any of those same challenges. um Nobody
He
can make
really.
light of, yeah, not obvious, like this young man you showed the picture of. The young man in that picture looks special needs, like something's
Oh
not, I
yeah.
don't know what to diagnose, but something is
Yeah.
a little different with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Now, he has a brother who has some struggles as well, but he has I think they caught him in enough time.
mhm.
The father has been, hands on and guiding him, and just trying to keep him going in the right direction. So, but
Mhm.
there's some challenges there too, I could tell. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope
Something
you
else
you
I wanted
can.
to point out. This is also to people who may have someone with challenges. you need to talk to them too. Talk to them about not harming children. Talk to them about appropriateness. Because just because you have this mental
Mm-hmm.
illness or this challenge, that won't help you when you commit a crime. They didn't even recognize that Trey has a challenge. Not that it mattered because of what he did, but he is supposed to have this right. You know what I'm saying? Or, it went unnoticed. But he has
Well, they
been
have mental
diagnosed.
observation units in jail. They put you in jail even though you have mental illness, or if you have any MR diagnosis. That don't stop them from putting you in jail. They just put you in
Okay.
jail in that department or in that area.
Yeah. So that stood out to me too. That somebody could have a loved one who's mentally challenged or has, something. They need to be educated as well. And there's a way to educate them on their level. Talk to them, take time out so that they understand their role as an adult.
I just think that, like, when people hide things, they know they're wrong. I don't care what your level of cognition is. If they don't do it right in front of you and they go hide and do it,
They
they know
knew
it's
it was
wrong.
wrong. Yes.
They
And you
know
don't
it's
get
wrong.
to pull that in the court, oh, he has a mental. No, no, he tried to hide it. So that's how they be knowing. Thank you. That's how they know. And they slammed his ass as they should have. Once I heard everything that Eb read, I hadn't heard all of that because common sense, let's use our common sense here. His guardian, the lady who had taken him in Florida, she's a doctor. I had no clue. I knew she was a doctor, but once she read the report, I learned last night that there was even a nanny. So
Eh,
there were
So where the child was violated, it was all of these mandated reporters there.
no, and nobody knew. It took for him, it took for the child's father, which Ebony read in the report, to question the boy, for the boy to finally admit it. That the boy said he thought once his dad asked him, he should just blurt it out, and he did.
And
But
was he in
all
deep
those
side
different
as well?
eyes in the house, huh?
And all those people around, and nobody knew it. This guy was that sly, I would say, or that convincing that he was operating below everybody's knowledge.
Isn't that something? And he's the one that's supposed to be challenged. But he was able to, like I said, in the report she read, they had a nanny. I didn't know that. I knew this lady had a, you know, top-notch career, but I didn't know there was a nanny there. She didn't tell me that. And neither did Trey. Trey never mentioned there being a nanny. But in the report, there was a nanny. Yeah. So
So
even more
with
that
with
survived.
with this is just blowing me.
Yeah.
So Trey was able to fool the mother, the nanny, the father, until the father got a spark of something. Now, did the father say what, gave him this inclination that something was going on?
Well, in the report at that Arab read, um, she read that the little boy, the victim, said that his father walked in on him he was just about to kiss him, and his dad walked in See, these are all this detail is what got him. They know you knew better. The dad was just about to walk in. Kiss. The Lord Jesus. Trey was about to kiss the boy, and the dad walked in, and the boy recalled Trey kind of sitting back and playing it off.
Oh, Trey
Dad,
sounds like he knows how to
very
operate.
covert. Very covert. Knows how he knew how to do things and had gotten away with having these interactions with this little boy. Is sound from the report that Ed read many times on many occasions. Yeah. And she read that it happened when Trey was 18 years old. I didn't meet Trey till he was 20. Well, he was 19, finna turn 20.
Because y'all celebrated his birthday. You said that.
20th birthday.
Okay. So if he could fool all of these people, and when you have people like that, they probably had caseworkers who came in and out, and different people, and the child was around professionals. Nobody was able to see this, but from across the country, you were supposed to somehow know this.
Well, I knew I didn't know him, and I can only go with what I had learned over the years and my work experience and just living life. You just cannot trust people. And I wasn't willing to risk my family. I just wasn't. I wasn't. So I just knew I didn't know him. And I can help you from a distance. I just can't help you where you living with me.
Thank God you didn't.
Girl,
Thank
I
God
couldn't
you
imagine.
didn't.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine. And it angers me. See, I got real mad with him because I had some words for him, baby, because you knew what your ass had did. And you came here, and I feel like you sat in here hoping, wishing I would turn my back. Hope you don't you was in Candyland, motherfucker. It's two little boys up in here. My son is the same age as the little boy he harmed. My baby was 7. See what I'm saying? So it's like just the thought of you even being in here, like I just wanted to hurt him. Like just the thought of you even coming around us, knowing who you are. It just
So with
and the
Trey,
people who sent him, the people who
mm-hmm.
sent him to Chicago, I was angry with them because they knew. They didn't tell me. But that's how also too I want to talk about. Be aware. People will play and prey on your emotions. And they thought I was gonna be, oh, my friend's son. And come on, you coming with me. Because really that's what I thought it was gonna be like. I didn't know I was gonna feel like, oh, wait a minute now. Had I not had that feeling, I'd have made room. I'd have made room, okay? But it just wasn't that. It was something. It was something. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
God. So your kids barely dodged a bullet.
You hear me? And I know that. Had I not had my work experience or something, or the experience with sex offenders, and I'm not looking for the guy who I'm looking at everybody, you know. I'm looking at girls, guys. I don't play with nobody. So, and I don't put nothing past anybody. So, but had I not had that chance in life to get that way, we could be really in a disaster right now. But I know mine didn't get touched at all. Yeah.
So how did this affect you, like at home, in within your relationship, knowing you had brought him around your family? Did that in any way affect your home, or did you have to have a conversation about this?
I did. I chose to have a conversation, not just with Kerry, to tell him what had happened with the police and to tell him, see, motherfucker, had I listened to you, I cussed his ass out. But I got more sense than to listen to you, motherfucker, because I know, okay? And I was so angry. I really was like, and another fear is I got to be with a man gonna lead me right. My fear is that a man can lead me wrong, but I ain't gonna let no man lead me wrong because I know, and I listen to me. You ain't gonna lead me wrong. Now, had I been one of them, you right, babe. You right, babe. I'd have got my ass in the bed and we'd be fucked over right now. And Carrie would have been, I ain't know. I know. You know, and we'd be
Yeah.
fucked.
And so we have to understand that, like she said, women too, it's not just men who commit these acts against children. We have women too who look at
Women are
children
really underreported. The women
because of
are under.
fragile black masculinity. Black men feel like, or men feel like if it's a woman, it's something that's okay. It's not okay.
No.
An adult's an adult and a child's a child, regardless to gender.
Right.
So y'all look out for females too. Don't think females won't be trying to finger your daughters and suck on the fuck on y'all boys. You gotta watch males and
Oh,
females and know, yeah, you have to watch.
you damn right.
You have to watch. Too many times we looking for the white van and the white balding man about 45 with a weird, shirt, look like he work in a comic book store. No, that's not what they look like. They look like you and me. They look like any other person, and they sit and play nice and will give you things. Because some of y'all, if somebody buy y'all kids a pair of sneakers, that's auntie.
And watch him right quick. Can you take him to the bathroom? No. Mine went to the women's bathroom with me.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, tell him to be like, I'm not going in there. Get your ass. He was older, because he knew by then, like, now, mom, this the men's. But so what I do, I stand in the men's door. Go on in there and pee. I'm standing right here. Y'all can go, the strangers go in your stall. But I'm standing here while my son pee. Because, it'd be too much of a tug out in public. He don't want to go in the women's bathroom no more. Yeah.
But
So,
they have the situations where children have been found dead going into bathrooms by
hell
themselves,
yeah.
and predators catch them in the bathroom.
Do not let your child go to the bathroom by themselves. Do not.
And I'll go in the
Rest
men's bathroom. I'll go right in the door and stand right there. Go in that store, it's clean, go right there. And I'll stand right
Go
there.
ahead. And whoever got something to say, oh well. Stop being worried about what people have to say. We'll take over the store, honey. This the Tomikay and the kids show, honey. All in their shoes. So what? Let them talk. And why they doing? Oh well, you got an eye on your child. Even at church. Even at church. Don't let them go to the bathroom by themselves and they little like that. Go with them. Be one of them nervous mamas. Like they saying, why was she so nervous? I'm proud to be one of those mamas, Sharam. And even Carrie told them when we first moved together, it wasn't just, oh, we moving together and yes, this is no, I'm watching you, nigga. And we have been together for years. But we living together. No, no.
She said, I'm watching you, nigga. That was me. I
I
ain't trust
did, girl.
nobody.
I walk up on his ass and see it. And girl,
And
he'd be
you
like,
gotta
why are you
watch.
acting like this?
You
Shit, I
gotta
had
watch though.
make sure you on up and up. I don't want to have to fuck you up.
I must have by my stepdad at 6 years old. I remember like yesterday. Now he's in Angola prison. Bound you up. I'm sorry for any victims who are in the audience and somebody failed to protect you. That's the reason we got to do the most to protect Black children.
Yes.
That's why we had a young girl. She lives close to me. She had her child. She got a boyfriend and she got a 3-year-old daughter. And she was like, my mother said I shouldn't be leaving her home with him. And I'm looking at her. I said, but I have cameras. If you need cameras, why you need him? I leave. Go take your baby to your mama. And when her mother wasn't home, the little girl would come here. But so I'd rather her sit here and watch TV with me. You know, for if you're gonna go out for 3 or 4 hours or whatever, then leave her in the house with your boyfriend. This is how these kids are coming up dead.
Right. Yeah.
We have to protect children. It sounds like you did everything you could to protect your family. And I commend you for being a stand-up woman and protecting your family and using the regular precautionary measures. We should all operate with some level of caution with strangers. And that's a term I hadn't heard before, is a familiar stranger. I heard a friendly stranger. I didn't hear familiar stranger. So thank you for that one. And that's what you call a familiar stranger.
They exist. They are out here. Uncle you ain't seen in 20 years. You ain't just coming in here and you uncle, and no, I ain't seen you in 20 years. No. We're gonna relearn. We're gonna learn each other because we don't even know. You ever hear that saying, you might have knew me as a child, but you don't even know me as an adult? You know, it's kind of like that. Like, you know, you don't know them.
I'm sorry all these lies have been told on you. And to the people telling the lies, it just comes a point where you just got to understand the people that support her are still going to support her regardless of what lies people tell. So it hasn't affected your success. It hasn't affected your popularity. I bet you after they lied on you, thousands of people went to follow you just to see the woman who they accused of these things. I just want to commend you on being a great mother and making sure that you took all the measures necessary to protect, your babies and your family. And it's something that we all should take a page out of Tommy's book, to watch the familiar stranger and know that her involvement was on the human side, not being an enabler or an apologist or a supporter to a predator. And these things have been said about you. These two people have lied on me, you, and everybody else across the app. Regardless to what lies you tell, no weapons formed against Tommy or any of us shall prosper. I'm wishing you all the wealth and health and success, and may God broaden your territory, Tommy, and give you the desires of your heart. Some people don't know you sit blessed today because you dared to tell the truth. You told the truth, and God saw that truth and thought he would bless you and expand your territory. Like I said, I respect Keith's decision. It was a clear decision that nobody in their right mind can deny. It was a clear decision. And a decision was made for a reason. And me and my people, we support that decision in respect to Pastor as well as yourself. I'm going to tell you, as a woman who's been in leadership positions at times in my life, it's not easy, but you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
You're doing an excellent job. And those are not easy shoes to fill. And God saw fit to put you there, and you're there for a reason. And shout out to everybody who's still supporting the dream and supporting Tomikay as she tries to just stand in the shoes of her brother and her friend, who happens to be the biggest nigga on the internet. This ain't easy on this girl. This is like going up to sing after Beyonce. This is not easy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So y'all give Tommy love and keep y'all in prayers. Thank you so much for having me on your platform, Tommy.
Thank you, I
and to hear
appreciate you.
your innocence makes me love you even more and know that you're a woman who protects children. And we need more women to do what you did, and maybe do a panel where you give us clues on what to look for. You've worked with sexual predators a long time, and people need that knowledge, because we don't know the familiar stranger. I never heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard of that. And it just brings me to tears how many people trust people around babies, and babies need to be protected.
They do.
If your daughter likes a lot of men, don't be so much of a party girl that you can't take your grandbaby. Just to, keep them
Bring my baby.
safe.
Have
Yeah, give me
fun.
my baby. Go and have fun. Give
Go
me my
do you,
baby.
boo.
Go on out there and have fun and give me my baby. I commend you for
Yeah.
that. Because I'm the same way with my grandchild. I'd rather my grandchild be with me than anybody, because I know he gonna learn, he gonna eat, he gonna be clean, and he gonna be happy. And thank you for providing that, because her boys are gonna go out and maybe marry some of your daughters.
They gonna be some good ones too.
You see what I'm saying? Again, I'm Tammy
Well, I'm
PA. I love
trying to
you,
make a
Tommy.
gentleman.
And listen, what I want you to do is just enjoy your ride, Tommy. This is not something you chose, but it's what was in your cards for you. So enjoy your ride, and know everybody ain't gonna like you, but it's a whole bunch of us that have fallen in love with you and fallen in love with the job that you're doing here. You a fucking rider, and I see what Keith saw in you. Some people may not understand what he saw in you, but he said if she could ride for this motherfucker this hard,
You
I'm gonna
know
bring
she
that
got rap
motherfucker
for
on the
big.
real team, and we're gonna be a real team. And I want that same thing from her, and I don't think people can see that he made the right decision to me. I just think it was the right decision. And it was a decision that have held everybody together. Y'all stay unified. Because what makes you a threat is the unity that you people have with each other. Don't let these people come between you talking about this woman. This woman was chosen by P. I don't know if he knew he was going to be out of the office or if he felt something coming. We never know, but he made that decision. And if you respect P, you need to respect his decision. And I wanted to say that to y'all for so long. He was one of the smartest young men I'd ever met. He was highly intelligent in a way, and is highly intelligent in a way that I know he made this choice for a reason. And for that reason, we need to respect his decision. And thank you, Tommy, like I said, for keeping the people together, because it's not easy with all these people in your face. But I don't believe what they said about you. And anybody with good sense could tell that this is just something people are saying to bring people in the room and to beg for beans.
It's true.
I don't see. Did they have any receipts on you? Nothing, huh?
Of course not. No.
Y'all can't tear her down, because the more they tear down, the more we're going to come over here and gift and make sure that she's meeting her goals and that she's carrying these people through. You're doing an excellent job. You're filling the biggest shoes on the internet. And any woman that can't look at you and be like, damn, sis, you doing it. You doing it. You a hater. And the hate for you was, sometimes I hear them blaming you for shit. And I said, I ain't know she worked for them. She do.
Right. Blame me for everything.
But like I said, I know Tommy didn't expect this. When you told the truth that day, did you really expect all of this?
Oh no. Me and Keith wasn't even cool yet. When I told the truth. We weren't. We were still, I'm like, we weren't, but we were better. We weren't into it. We were definitely better. But we hadn't talked or held I wasn't in shit.
But
But I just
but you
wasn't
still
gonna
told the
lie.
truth.
Yeah.
That's how
I
I
wasn't
felt
gonna
about
lie.
things. Even though I wasn't fucking with those people, I wasn't going to lie on them.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So that says something about Tommy's character as well, is the fact that she was willing to tell the truth, or what she felt was the truth, or what she felt was questionable about somebody she didn't even fuck with.
One, especially they had sent me the proof, the same proof that the girl supposed to have sent to the police. So with all the proof that's here, it wasn't even about like, oh, I like him. Let me just do. No, the proof is here. So if we're gonna be fair, let's read the proof, go over everything, and it just wasn't there, which is why the police let him go and haven't been back. It's over. Then later to find out they even had another person from the app go and file a report and lie and say he did the same thing to her. So it was like orchestrated. It was interesting, and it was wrong. I got boys. I can't play around like that. I wouldn't know what to do if somebody pretended as though my son or my grandson did something like that to a girl, let alone two at the same time, in the same time frame. Like that was crazy. That was crazy.
Well, for you telling that truth, God has broadened your territory and put you in a position where you can be heard and you can be seen. And like I said, I think you're doing a fabulous job at standing in the gap for one of the biggest motherfuckers on the internet, because you have celebrities who go live who don't have as many lives on their IG or on their Facebook live as P. And these are not easy shoes for anybody to try to even attempt to fill. And I just
And
think
that's why
that
I
as
don't try to fill his shoes. Let me just say this. I don't try
Mhm.
to fill his shoes. I can stand in the gap as Tommy K, until he give us further direction. Filling his shoes for me is impossible. He been at this for so many years. I'm such a newcomer. So to fill his shoes wouldn't be proper. It would be for me to stay Tommy K, who I am. I can't do it like P do it. I
But you
can't.
doing it though. You doing what
I can
Tommy
do it
doing.
like
You
Tommy
doing
K do it,
it.
I'll be, and how what I think people want, and collectively, like the admins and all of us and the whole church collectively, I feel like we come together. It's not just like a one person show, and it's a lot of togetherness that is keeping us up. It ain't just one person. Because I get the way I
No,
be
no. When you say
tired.
filling his shoes, I'm talking about keeping the people together. We all know that you guys are two, different people, but it's still something to be in the position that you're in. And the position that you're in is a position that is, how some things are forced and some things happen naturally.
Yeah.
It's one of
Yeah.
those things that it was just natural for us to gravitate toward, you in that regard, because at the end of the day, I'd be a liar to say that I don't feel you've been chosen for the job for a reason. There's a reason you sit and where you sit today, and part of being humble, that's cute and everything, but you still have a lot of people, because you still got your own family and all of them to lead. It's like you got your real family with the kids. You got so much on you. Just God continue to bless you. And I'm just like I said, I'm happy for you, because you're supposed to be chosen for certain things. You're like, never the main girl, always the best friend to the main girl. You know what I mean? And just to see you winning for all of us is a win. I don't know why women can't see that, but to see one black woman succeeding, that opens doors for um for all of us. I'm just proud of you. And you've shown that you're going to be a loyal friend. Nobody can question that. You've even assumed his haters have become haters of you, and you've assumed that gracefully. Because some of the people just mad at her, mad at you, because they was mad at him. They ain't even
Right.
really mad at you, I don't think.
Right. That's okay.
And how do you manage it? How do you manage it?
A lot of planned ignoring. I plan like I ain't even finna respond to that bitch. I be saying I got a pencil in, bitch. I'ma get to you. Cause it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, and it's
Everybody
so
don't get a
crazy
response
because
either.
everybody don't deserve one from you. Everybody don't deserve one from you, but like I said, it's just seeing you elevate and understand that it's black women who are standing behind you, because a lot of the black women on the app, y'all give a lot of gay men a lot of money, y'all give a lot of other men a lot of money, and um investing in other black women who are here on the app is important. So seeing you become a top earner on the app is encouraging to anybody who wants to be a host. Like I tell people, Tommy didn't think she was going to be in this position. She didn't plan this when it happened. She probably came in there and was like, how many people is in here? Because this shit happened like overnight for you. So are you over that surreal part of it? Have you woken up like, okay, this is really happening? How did you handle it?
It still be like unbelievable for real. It
And the
do.
overwhelming of love
I
and
don't
the
think
people.
I'll ever get used to it because it's like so many nice people, like really, really nice people that trust me, that pour into me, that really truly support me. So it's just like, dang, like who would think that people would support you like that? You
And
never
feeling
would
the
think.
love, because some people think it's just a gift, but when you receive gifts, you can look into certain people's face and tell that they really appreciate the people and the gifters, and you're one of those people that regardless of what you think, thank you to whatever somebody give you. And it's like I said, when the women have money, the children will eat. And that's something that I like to
Right.
see, is people investing in you as a woman and as a top broadcaster on here. I think that's where a lot of this is coming from, because if you were still sitting next to the people, would they say these things about you? You know what I mean? And it's a good thing you took that call online, that way people could see you and know who you are, and know that we're going to continue to support you and hold you down on this bitch, because if you win, we win. And seeing Tommy in the leadership position is great for all women of color on this app. It's a win for all women of color on this app. And I just don't understand why y'all are so hard, or why y'all trying to destroy her. But to call her a apologist or a supporter for a predator is disgusting.
Right.
And there's nothing that she said today that indicated any of that's true.
Right.
And to the people who hear it in rooms, we dare you to challenge it. Say that's not true. I'll kick myself and leave the room. But sometimes y'all sit and agree to hurtful things about people. That shit had to hurt her, because this is her friend's son. She's already battled all of these demons and all of this stuff she's going through, trying to still have an allegiance to her friend. That doesn't mean that she's a supporter of a pedophile. And your story have a lot of curves to it, Tommy, where anybody would be at crossroads with decisions. She didn't meet him on inmate.com. That's
Right.
different.
Right.
You know? Yeah, it's disgusting. And we're sorry, Tommy. Like I said, everybody
No.
just keep her in prayer. Keep her in prayer as she goes through this journey, because like I said, everything that goes wrong on the app is your motherfucking fault. Everything, everything,
Just like
everything.
it was peas.
Hmm.
they
Yeah,
they
you got the
blamed.
same haters. It's the same thing, but now it's transferred to you. But I know you're strong enough to take it, and I know you're strong enough to keep going. But like I said, y'all leave people, kids alone, and people stuff, and putting these victims' names out and all of these things that you're doing. Some of it is disgusting. Some of it is troubling and disgusting. But the thing with it is I don't have a beef. Like I'm not Trina B's friend. I'm no way his friend. I'm not beefing with him at this time, because I just don't want to. We're not beefing, but I'm not his friend. But what I will say, Trina, is you keep changing the story. First you said he didn't do it, then you said openly and with a straight face that he did do it.
Mhm.
And I just can't go back and forth with you with that story anymore. I can't allow him to shuffle it, because didn't he just say last week that he did do it?
Yeah, he did. He did. And now, 8 days ago, right after he said he did do it, he went in Ebb's live and said, "Oh, what we just heard him say on that recording."
But your story has never changed about you and Trey's relationship.
Say that again.
Your story has never changed from you and Trey's
Oh
relationship.
no. Mm-mm. And I know it's probably on YouTube somewhere, like in one of my lives. Like it was so many people that saw me talk about it, a while ago. Same story, same thing. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's anyone here that's questioning your innocence. And if you are, you're suffering from something wrong with you. That this lady has said nothing that puts her in any place of guilt. Only thing she's guilty of is being a friend to her friend who's no longer here. If my friend passed, I would help her with things with her kids. This is normal.
Yeah. Should be. It should be.
Yeah, because if
Mhm.
something happened to you, you would want to know that somebody is making sure your kids got a Christmas, or that they checking to see if things are okay with them and checking on them. This is not abnormal behavior. It's not abnormal behavior not to trust your little children around some man that you don't know.
Right.
That's not a aha moment or anything to say she's guilty.
No. No, it was in poor taste for them actually to really um I don't know, I'm kind of torn about reading off the descriptive everything of what the kids said and everything. Because it's like on one hand, um, I didn't know it was as severe as what was read. So I
Mm.
was finding out.
Oh, because the
It
woman said to you he touched his bottom. So you
correct.
didn't know. Okay.
And
Well,
even
how
the
would you
boy,
know?
right. And even Trey said when I spoke to him, his admission was what he had told her. I touched his bottom and I kissed him in the mouth. So to hear the detail of everything, it was heavy. It was heavy.
And the first time you heard it was when they read all these things off?
When they read it yesterday, last night, Air read it. Mhm. It was heavy.
Can I give you some pickles?
Yeah.
Wow. And so this opened it up for you where now you have to try to not just process the shit you've been trying to process with Trey from the accusation. Now you have the details to try to process as well.
Yeah, and I guess it even validates even more my feeling of just not just wanting to cut it off. I didn't even need all that detail to cut it off. So after hearing it, it was just like my validation, uh, to a certain extent that um, I don't have anything for Trey. I don't have anything. I don't have anything I could offer him to help him. So if I'm not going to help, then I shouldn't be a part of, you know.
And so what were your feelings when they were reading the stuff off? Were you shocked? Or like what were your feelings?
I was very surprised. I was angry. Um, Not surprised because I knew he did something, but it was just how many times he got away with it. How many times the little boy could recall him doing this kind of stuff to him. And then here there was a nanny, so most of us don't have a nanny. Most of us don't have the father in the home. you know. So for them to have the mama, the father, and a nanny, and it was like, why was the nanny there? Like, aren't you supposed to be with the children?
Nannying, yeah.
Nanny, like it should. Why was she there? Like so much went through, so many questions. Like that little boy could have been saved. He I just with all of them, but I don't know why he wasn't with all those different people there. You know.
And to be accused of this publicly with thousands of people watching, knowing your innocence is probably why this is even more overwhelming for you. Um,
Well, now let me say, not overwhelming, because I just know that when they try the stupid stuff, the truth is gonna always outweigh and outshine a lie. They can't lie good enough to outweigh my truth. So not overwhelming in that aspect, but it brought back some feelings that I had on this, and
I know when I
um
was accused, nothing said about me fucked with me more than people accusing me of fucking with children. That shit
right,
sent me. I work in an institutional environment too, and I have no respect for a child molester.
me
That's like the
either.
worst thing to be called. Like, it's
Yeah.
like I'd rather be
Yes.
known as anything other than a child molester. That's like
Anything
the
besides
lowest
that.
of the low.
Yeah. Yes.
So for me, I was totally blown away by that. No one had ever called me that or said that about me in my entire life.
Hmm.
So for someone to say that about me openly as if it were the truth, that shit blew me.
Yeah.
It's the lowest.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And when you guys were friends, it's just, you know what, and then it's who brought it to fruition, or who brought it to light,
Hmm.
and wanting to, they're so busy wanting to have a show that they would be contacting this boy, not knowing if he could be on suicide watch, if he's fragile, if he's in, because no child molester has a good time in jail. Every day is hell for them.
Yeah,
Every
they
day
will.
is hell for them.
And I know for him it's probably really, um, really hard because he has the struggles, um, a lot of struggles that maybe jail will help him with, like getting up, being doing your hygiene, making sure you keep your space neat. Those are things. The way they are in those places, maybe that'll help him. To grow in that area. Um,
Well, you just know you're powerless, Tommy, and you couldn't help him. There was
totally.
nothing you could do. You're powerless. And it's okay to be powerless, especially when it's something that that's not, it's not your monkey and it's not your circus.
Correct.
I think by offering your friend's son a plate of food, a family environment, as far
Mhm.
as, inviting them over for dinner on Sundays, that's a huge thing that people don't realize. People don't even eat dinner together anymore. To offer him that fellowship was huge, and to bring him around your children. I just thank you for being, on your toes and watching enough to keep the boy safe, and following that little voice. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
not an overwhelming feeling. I
Right.
think sometimes it's a little voice that be like, something ain't right.
Right. You better listen to it. Yes, you have to.
Well, I just, like I said, next time you're going to take his call, or if you're going to take a call, and you do it on live, so that you could take this journey to healing. Because sometimes I don't know if you're going to take another call from him, or if you're going to say, you know what, um, I won't take another call from him. That will be up to you. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, child molesters don't have an easy time in jail. No, nothing about their time or their stay is easy. Nothing.
Yeah.
And if he's a nerd and scary, and you know what I mean, you don't know how this has impacted him. But he deserves to be there if he did it. He deserves to be there if he did it. And I just know that people on Bigo, they want to compare monkeys and circuses. um
Mhm.
I didn't hear you say anything that convicted you of anything that's been said about you. It just is, it's all far-fetched.
Right.
You haven't shown that your character would support this. Everything you're saying is leading to a dead end. This
Yep.
didn't come out of thin air. No, it came from the case that the boy was arrested. You haven't been paying attention?
Well, so this situation didn't, but Sergio Valente, who is he? Who is Sergio Valente? Trina started off saying that that was one of my kids' dads who had done heinous crimes. What happened? Who is Sergio? Where's the receipts? Where's the proof that they're connected to me?
No,
So
they
this
had
one,
doxed your baby daddies months ago, like about a year or so ago.
yeah, yeah.
One nigga was gangster, I think I remember. One nigga was about that life. He said, I'm going to get arrested today. But I didn't see him doing anything like sodomizing children. I didn't see
No,
anything like that. It was just getting drunk, cutting up, fighting motherfuckers, and having, doing what we do.
that's hello then. No,
I didn't see
he,
that.
yeah, no, he did something that he regrets. He was drinking and driving, and he did hit a car with a kid in it or something like that. So he too, he's in jail, rightfully so. Do not drink and drive. You break the law.
Well, drinking and driving is criminal because of the liability of how you could hurt people. A
Correct.
drunk driver, I told you my brother was in a terrible accident because of a drunk driver. But that is in no way a sinister, secret, clandestine, nasty predator ass crime like you pulling your dick out with children and fucking and sucking on kids. And you can't compare the two.
Right.
Drunk driving, it could have been an elderly person, it could have been a car full of puppies. He was drunk driving, which is
Right.
wrong, but he's not a
Right.
predator. There's a difference.
Yeah.
He may be a drunk motherfucker, but he ain't a predator.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
difference.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know who that lady is. I just know I heard that video and I'm good on that shit. That shit kind of, and people was making excuses for it. I can't make excuses for any of that shit at all.
And I feel like we've been talking about sexual predators for weeks now. Like it started with Trinity B's son, then it went to Auntie Whip, back to Trinity B's son. Now they on Trey. You know what I'm saying? Like, what in the hell?
See, but the thing with it is, whatever Trey did is not your problem. It's not your guilt. You don't hold any guilt or liability for that. That's what he did. You weren't even in the same state. So I don't see how I could have anything to do with you. But when you say I would definitely suck his dick, that shows intent. That's not like, saying if I say fuck your kids, that's not intent. That's just saying fuck your kids. But if I say I will fuck your kids, that's a whole different thing we talking here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Is Sergio Valente in here?
Child, you know how these folks is. Did y'all want to come up and ask a question? We forgot all about the people, child. We just up here talking.
Oh, you got your couch. Let me see.
They got my pillows everywhere.
Oh, I like the mustard and yes.
Thank you. It's coming together. It's coming along. They will
You
not
need to get
keep
you
my
some
pillows.
plants. You got to get you a plant.
Yes. I ain't got no
Oh,
green thumb now.
you don't got to have green thumbs. Get a plant that needs sun and put it right by that window and water it once every 2
Let the
weeks.
sun.
And let the sun do its thing. Hey, handsome.
That's
Tommy was
nice.
fighting for y'all. Tommy said, devil.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we going to let's see. Okay, so it's some
Who in
people
here?
in the queue. It's 17 of y'all. Let's see. I'm gonna pick. Oh, okay. Y'all got questions?
Period.
Look at RJ business. You was all in the camera. We seen
I
you.
sure was.
Do
I
you
just
mean to
want to
be up
say,
here?
I just it's fine. It's fine. I'm up here. I'm in my bed. I got a small cold, so. But I just want to say I love tomikay. I
Thank you.
love her to death. I love everything about this big old thing with her. I never had a problem. I just sometimes I just sit and listen. I bag out of it and I just sit and listen. But I just want to tell you, I love you, tomikay. I
I
love you.
appreciate it.
Ooh,
All
Thank
right,
you.
all
I
right.
love
Thank
that.
you. All right.
goddamn,
All
I'm
right.
sorry, y'all. Oh shit, I'm
Hey,
sorry. Hang me up. Get me out of here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Get me out of here,
you want me to
y'all.
drop you? Okay, y'all. Y'all down there in the queue now. Okay, here you go. All right now. Trina credit score, you mean to be up here?
Well, I
Why with
mean
your
to be
name?
up here. I mean to be up here, Tommy. I want to say I
Okay,
love
hey,
you
Trina credit.
also. I
I love
thank
you
you for accepting me with my little bitty money that I had to send my little gift every month,
too.
and you still treat me kind. And Tammy, I want to thank you for coming over and talking with her because I saw how worn she was, and it's so good to see a smile back on her face. God bless both of y'all. This was a great interview. This was an adult session.
It was.
Period.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim Pink. Hey, D Love.
Hello. I just want to say job well done to both of you all. You know I rock with both of you all. You know I love you. And both of you all covered. Y'all know me. I'm not a minister, but I'm going to continue to cover you all with Psalms 91. No weapon formed against either one of you all shall prosper. God got his hands on you, Tommy. The heavens are open. Receive it. Don't let nothing and nobody tell you different. You understand me? You don't know what you have done for me. Okay? You don't. And so for you too, Tammy, you all don't know. God has put me here for a reason. And I thank both of you as being black women to continue to uplift and encourage. And he's continuing to using me to allow my light to ever shine. But Father, in the name of Jesus, I decree and I declare that you touch both of them right now. Lord, I thank you that no weapon formed against either one of them shall prosper. Lord, whoever is doing wrong, Lord, I decree and I declare that you denounce them, decease them right now, and send them to the pits of hell. And I thank you, Lord, that they are covered. I thank you that you will continue to change this app for the better. I thank you, Lord, that you will bless them right now. Lord, heal the app right now. Deliver the app. Save this app in the name of Jesus. I decree and I declare that you will continue to bless us and bring us together. Let us all be under one accord right now in the name of Jesus. And we decree that and we declare that in Jesus' name. And I love both of you all. Amen.
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 We love you,
You
D.
better go ahead, Evangelist D.
Okay. You know D gonna have it.
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Okay. I don't think they mean to be up here. If you don't want to come up, get out the queue. Girl, you got all your titties out, Harlem her. All your jugs was out. Girl,
Put
which
them
pair of
shoes
shoes
in the
you wearing?
closet.
Girl, you got your strap on and whips and chains, and that's a pretty pimple. Let me drop you, child.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Good.
Hello.
How you doing, Cree?
I'm doing. I just want to agree with Miss Lady that just preached that sermon. She got me over here singing in my sanctified voice. Y'all are two beautiful, beautiful, very smart women. I look up to both of y'all. Y'all educated,